Imagine waking up tomorrow, stepping outside, and seeing another Earth hanging in the sky. Not a moon, not a planet, literally another Earth. Same size, same oceans, same weird people arguing online. And somehow, humanity still survives. For now. At first, this sounds awesome. Double the Earth means double the beaches, double the pizza, and, statistically, double your chances of finding someone who actually texts back. But there's a tiny problem. Gravity. And gravity does not negotiate.
Because if two Earths suddenly existed, one question immediately decides humanity's fate. How far apart are they? And depending on that answer, civilization either enters a golden age or gets turned into cosmic soup. Let's start with the worst-case scenario. The two Earths appear close together. Like, really close. Say only a few thousand kilometers apart, which is astronomically the equivalent of standing nose to nose with someone in an elevator.
Since both planets have enormous mass, their gravity would start pulling them together immediately. There would be no stopping it. No emergency meeting, no heroic movie speech. Just two giant worlds slowly saying, "Come here often."
And when they finally collide, humanity ceases to have problems. Mainly because humanity no longer exists. The impact would release more energy than every nuclear weapon ever built combined. So let's move the planets farther apart before everybody dies in the first minute.
Suppose Earth 2 appears about 500,000 kilometers away, farther than our moon. Congratulations! You've survived. Me mostly.
First thing you'd notice? The sky. Forget the moon. The second Earth would look absolutely gigantic. Nighttime would never feel the same again. People would stare upward and collectively forget productivity exists. Social media would explode. Every photo, just me and Earth. Travel influencers would somehow still make it annoying. And conspiracy theorists? Oh, they'd have the best week of their lives. But gravity strikes again. The moon already causes tides. A second Earth would create absolutely monstrous tides. Coastal cities could experience flooding on a scale never seen before. Meanwhile, surfers would be having the time of their lives for approximately 3 minutes. The planet's rotation might also change. Earth could wobble, days could become slightly longer or shorter. Imagine oversleeping because the actual length of a day changed. Your alarm clock would need therapy. Space travel suddenly becomes practical. Instead of spending months reaching Mars, astronauts could visit another Earth in days. Interplanetary vacations become a thing. Tourism agencies immediately start overcharging everyone. Imagine booking a flight to Earth 2. Window or aisle seat? Actually, I'd like the interplanetary package with breakfast. Science would advance insanely fast. 2 planets means double the scientists, double the discoveries, double the chances somebody accidentally invents something terrifying.
One Earth develops a cure for cancer. The other develops laser-equipped sharks. Humanity remains perfectly balanced.
But here's the question everyone's asking. Is Earth 2 empty? Or does it already have people?
Humans arguing over land ownership in entirely new worlds. What could possibly go wrong?
But if Earth 2 has humans, things get weird. Very weird. Especially if those humans are identical to us. Imagine discovering another version of yourself. Same face, same memories, same embarrassing middle school phase. You meet alternate you. He's richer, healthier,
and somehow already finished all the goals you procrastinated on. That therapy bill is going to be astronomical. Diplomacy between two Earths would become humanity's biggest challenge. Would we cooperate, trade, share technology, or immediately start arguing over whose planet makes better coffee? Best case? A golden age. Resources, knowledge, and culture flow freely. Human civilization expands beyond a single world. Within centuries, humanity could become a true interplanetary civilization. History books would describe us as the species that upgraded from one Earth to two. But history suggests humans rarely discover something valuable and collectively say, let's all behave responsibly. Here's the strangest possibility. Earth 2 might reveal something uncomfortable. A comparison. A direct comparison. Imagine seeing another version of humanity that made different choices. Different governments, different technologies, different history. A literal alternate timeline floating overhead every night. For the first time, humanity wouldn't just ask, what are we? We'd ask, what could we have been? And honestly, that's way scarier than giant tides. If your brain also just attempted an emergency shutdown after imagining two Earths, hit subscribe so we can continue damaging it together. Because if two Earths wasn't terrifying enough, imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering the sun simply vanished.